There's only one thing that we can talk about when it comes to Real Americans versus Santino Marella and Great Khali, and that's the swing, because everything else is garbage in this match, but that was awesome. Agree, disagree?
Oh, the only point of it to be on the card was to show the giant swing to the pay-per-view audience on the Great Khali of all people. Only highlight. Only thing worth talking about.
And a negative highlight, though, that came out of it was Khali counting himself out when they could go for the pinfall. Cesaro lets go of Khali, kind of half-assed and whatever, but you can't blame the guy because Khali's huge. I wouldn't be able to even pick up the guy's leg.
And dumb.
And he goes to pin him, and Khali's sitting there going, 1, 2, 3.
I think you'd be used to doing that by now.
Maybe I should use his count out at the end of his Smack Talk episodes.
One, two, three.
Oh, what was that?
That was Khali counting to 3.
That sounds like Khali having sex.
With Arnold Schwarzenegger. Jesus.
You know,
Yeah.
this match was obviously on there just for one thing, to be a showcase of Antonio Cesaro's feat of strength. It was made a tag match because Cesaro's still stuck in a tag team and because Khali can't go out there and wrestle a full match. So they had Santino go out there, who is getting a lot of shine right now. So it's good for them to get him out there too. It was what it was. It was a filler match and was just there so Antonio Cesaro could look more awesome, which is great. I want Antonio Cesaro to look awesome. So yeah, I'm being positive about it.
Yeah, that's the best way to look at this if you're looking for a positive thing. It accomplished what it was going to do with a bathroom break, which, I mean, they didn't necessarily need to do that right after the world title match, but their positioning for this card lineup was really odd for this pay-per-view, I think. And the swing was fun and entertaining. They didn't need to completely replicate it on the next night's Raw, down to a goddamn T. I mean, I think they had the exact same spot, too.
That was a mistake.
Where Khali goes to the corner, and then he knocks him out, and, like, that, I don't know what they were going for. Maybe they figured nobody really watched Battleground, so they needed to do it on Raw so people could actually see that happen. But you should kind of be making people want to see Battleground. That's sort of your job. And they did a horrible job building up to this pay-per-view, so it's on them for that. It's not on Cesaro or Santino or Khali or Swagger or Zeb Coulter, who's awesome.
Well, it's a good thing they didn't have another repeat of when Ryback went to do his move on Tensai.
Oh, God. One other thing I thought was kind of interesting, though, in this was maybe they've done it before and I've just missed it, but I think this was the first time they incorporated the flags that they're wearing with the Real American stuff, that they actually are like flags as well, and that they charge the ring. I thought that was kind of ridiculous, but it was still kind of like, it made me laugh after watching the world title match. So that was a nice little bit of levity. Especially
I agree.
On it would get worse, but
wait, the Real Americans charged the ring?
Yeah,
like they ran, like they're going into battle.
Yeah,
yes.
Zeb Coulter points like "go," and then they just started running with the flag.
That's awesome.
So they're the new Brian Kendrick and Paul London, then.
No, they're like Mel Gibson in The Patriot. It's great. I like it.
And Zeb Coulter's like Ashley Mazzaro.
Oh my God, I don't want to see him in those kind of outfits that she used to wear.
I don't
I
want
think
to see
even
any
those
girl
rock
with those outfits.
signs.
But other than those kind of points, there really was nothing else to this match. I mean, that was another match that should have been on Raw, essentially. And then, of course, it was. I mean, they just should have just replayed the entire thing, gone SmackDown mode. But I was impressed with the swing. So, yeah, you got something good out of it, right?
And the running to the ring, the charging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, the other thing I wanted to mention, too, was they did a promo right before this. And the promos were weird on this event, too. I mean, we had that pre-show thing with El Torito hitting on Renee Young, which is kind of creepy. But there was a promo with Zeb Coulter and the Real Americans before this match. And the entire time in the background, when Zeb Coulter's talking, Cesaro is smiling ear to ear with this real shit-eating grin. And he's just mouthing a bunch of shit like, I don't know, whatever. And shit, like, he is having the time of his life. And if you've already seen the Cesaro swing from this, the only other things that you should check out are them charging the ring and the promo beforehand, because it got to the point where it was ridiculous what Cesaro was doing. Like, if Zeb Coulter said, oh, they're sneaking across the borders thing, and he starts doing the little thing with his fingers, Cesaro gets, like, so happy that he's going to do it too, and Jack Swagger, in the meantime, is sitting there stone-faced, not even blinking. He looks the total opposite of Cesaro, who's having the time of his life. Swagger looks like he's trying to just figure out where the fuck the camera is or something, or that he's baked out of his mind and trying to figure out where he is. But there's such a contrast, and Cesaro is smiling the entire time, having so much fun. It's hilarious to watch. You got to check it out.
And then Swagger.
And then Swagger, he doesn't do anything until, I think, the walking across the borders thing. And then he just kind of wakes up like, oh shit, maybe I should be doing something because I'm on camera. Fantastic.
Typical.
Other than that, though, I don't have any other things to talk about this match. Does anybody have any other points they want to bring up?
Those are the only points to bring up, I think, possible, especially if people watch Raw. What more do we really need to say?
Great Khali was in a match. And this guy was a
We
world
the
champion at
people
one
gonna
point.
swing Khali.
And he was a world champion at one point. Makes you want to cry, doesn't it?
A little bit.
It was, at the time, it was fine for him to be a world champion. Come on, don't be a hater. Be a star.
We're talking about Swagger?
Oh, I thought we were talking about Khali. No, Swagger made
No, it
sense
was
as
just a
world
shot at Swagger.
Swagger made more sense than Khali.
Yeah, he did. Well, you know, like you were saying, the Khali, at the time, they really were running out of people. I mean, everybody kept getting injured around
2006 to 2008 was a dark time period. Not a good time to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah. That's when I started getting back into it.
Yeah, it was. Like, I first watched WrestleMania again. WrestleMania 22 was when I first watched again after graduating high school. And, man, it was just a bad time period. John Cena and Batista everywhere. The Spirit Squad. Ugh. Ugh.
Oh, I thought 2008 was a pretty good year for wrestling, actually. Yeah. There was a lot of quality pay-per-views.
I don't want to get into this. Can we keep talking about how shitty this pay-per-view is?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to move on. Intercontinental title, Curtis Axel and R-Truth.